We hear the term shyness all the time. We all know shy people. I'm a shy person, and anybody who's ever met me knows that, and anybody who's ever had me introduced to them has probably been told that. But what exactly defines a shy person? Well, according to Google, shyness can mean feeling uncomfortable, self-conscious, nervous, bashful, timid, or insecure. And it's been shown that there are biological differences in the brains of shy people. But what does it feel like to actually be a shy person? To go through your day-to-day life feeling like you are afraid to talk to people, or feeling like the second that you open your mouth, your face is gonna go red and your heart's gonna start beating faster. Well, in movies or TV shows, we often see shy or introverted teens as outsiders who are constantly bullied, that either have no friends or they do have friends but they're treated like the lost puppy that doesn't know a single thing, doesn't understand what's going on around them, and they are seen as weirdos or even nerds. Or it is unbelievable that this shy person can end up with the popular guy in school. They are seen as weak, and they are seen as less than all the other popular characters of the group. And they are often the punching bag for all the jokes. But today we're actually going to be looking into what it's like to be a shy person. Like I mentioned, I'm shy.
I'm so shy.
And I've never talked about it before because, well, like I just said, I'm shy. It's hard for me to speak to people, obviously. I've been shy since I was a child. I would allow people to speak for me, and I would hide behind these hideous bangs that I kept for way too long. And during family gatherings, I would run to the back of the room of the house just to avoid any possible social interactions that could occur, like small talk or the awful, dreaded hugging. You know, that's the worst thing that you want on Thanksgiving, is a hug from your grandmother. That was a joke, just putting that out there. But I would never raise my hand in class or talk to the teachers, even though most of the time I knew all the answers. And it was a mix between me not wanting to speak, but also me just not being able to bring myself to talk. And I knew I had a hard time speaking, but it wasn't like that all the time, because if I was around the right group of people, then I could be expressive and open, and I can talk to you just like any other person would talk to you. It's not, you know, a 100% 360 type of thing where I'm shy all the time. But it was definitely a challenge I faced throughout the day, especially when I was meeting new people or just talking to people that I found intimidating. But as time went on, I became less and less shy. I wanted to speak, and I was having less trouble doing so. I wasn't as afraid as I used to be, at least around the right group of people. There were still people that, you know, I felt weird talking to, but I was definitely making progress in the amount that I was able to speak to people. And people around me literally told me, like, you're breaking out of your shell, and I saw that in myself. However, I was never able to make eye contact with people. Eye contact was the one thing I continued to struggle with. I've never been able to really make eye contact with people. I think it's gross. It's just, it feels unnatural to me. Like, I vividly remember times where I was talking to somebody and they were making eye contact with me, and I was literally like looking all around them in every direction because I was trying to avoid that eye contact, and it was so awkward. I could just feel like everyone around me could see it because of the fact that I could not look you in the eyes when I was talking to you. But my 6th grade year, I actually signed up for a competition where you speak and make eye contact with people, and I would like to say that it was because I wanted to progress and become a more sociable person, but it was probably more because I just wanted a medal. When I went into the competition, I gave it my all. I did not even get close to placing, but I was still proud of myself because I did something that I hadn't ever dreamed that I would be able to do. On the inside, I felt like I did pretty well, even for like just an average person, like not just for like a shy person. I felt like I did well. Did not do well enough, apparently. Usually when I do any form of public speaking, I rush through it like I'm the Flash, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. Like, I had to present this poem in 5th grade, and the teacher had to tell me to slow down like at least 2 or 3 times. But in general, during my 6th grade year, overall, I was getting better with speaking and just socializing. And however, during the pandemic, I think that all went downhill. I lost a lot of the progress that I'd gained during my 6th grade year. The pandemic started when I was in 7th grade, just for a little FYI. As I talked about in my last video, when I started online school, I really just stopped talking to people, like full stop. A very little part of me regrets doing that because now I don't have any friends and I do not know how to make new ones. At the time, I didn't really feel like that. Like I didn't really care to talk to anybody. I just have been wanting to, I guess, separate myself for a really long time without fully knowing that that's what it was. Like I said, it took away a lot of my socializing skills, the few that there were, because eventually I did start wanting to talk to people again, but I just couldn't. I physically had a really tough time with that. At the beginning of 2021, I started taking an acting class, and I found that anytime I remotely thought that I would have to speak, my face would get red. Like I would start, not like shake, but I guess I like bounce my leg up and down. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I would get super fidgety and it felt like my heart was beating out of my chest. Like I felt so nervous every time I just thought I would have to speak, let alone when I actually did. And I remember sometimes actually hearing my voice shake when I tried to talk, which is beyond embarrassing, and it was very confusing to me because I wanted nothing more to be in that acting class. I genuinely had fun when we did participate in different activities or games, or because I do kind of want to be extroverted at the moment. Like I feel like I want to talk to people, I want to be able to engage, but my body just like won't let me do that. But I have such a hard time with my words and just getting the courage to do it, even though like my whole body is like so nervous, and it's super annoying, like especially if I wanted to take more acting classes, because the whole point of that is like you're talking and all the attention is on you. Every time I start looking into new acting classes, if it says something where like you have to present a monologue or whatever it is, my brain just automatically shuts that out and tells me that I don't want to do it, when I think in my heart I do want to do that, but the shyness is just taking over. So what is it like to be shy? It's awful. I can't speak. I can literally plan out a whole entire paragraph of stuff that I want to talk to somebody about, but when it comes to actually speaking to them, I can't even walk towards them or like say hello, because maybe it is something like Google says that's in my brain, or past experiences that has led me to feel like this. When I imagine conversations, it's great. I'm feeling amazing. It's so much fun, whatever it is, but when I'm actually in them, I'm so out of them because I'm just scrambling to figure out what my next words are gonna be. I mean, I even have trouble talking to this freaking camera. Last video, I was literally having trouble speaking because I don't think it was the fact that I was speaking quickly, but I was trying so hard to get like just like an ongoing sentence, and it made me literally become out of breath every time I spoke, and I would have to, after a few sentences, I would have to sit there and be like, and like take a breath because I was having such a hard time speaking. And I don't think that I used to do that when I talk to my camera. Hello. I'm so not used to speaking out loud that it doesn't even have to be a person. It could simply be this camera. And you may not catch the fact that I'm like stumbling or that I'm taking pauses, like because I try to edit all that stuff out, but it's happening. Just to let you know, it's probably happening right now. But you know, it's the way that I am and I can't change it. I just want to let you know that I'm not trying to get pity or make you feel like sad for me because I can't speak all the time, or that my heart beats out of my chest every time that I do speak, because that's not true. I'm not always like tiptoeing around my words. It just happens to an annoying amount. I just want to let you know that I'm not always thinking about this, because in this video I make it seem like it's really a huge part of my life, which I guess it does affect my life, but it's not this awful like thing that, oh my gosh, is taking over my body. You know, I'm making it sound a little bit more dramatic than it actually is, but like I said, it can be hard and I wanted to talk about it, so that's what I did, and that's what this video video was. So I hope you learned a little bit more about what it means to be shy, what it feels like to be shy. This is only based on my experience alone, but I still hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like it, and I hope you subscribe and maybe stay tuned for future videos. I hope you have a great, fantastic day or week, or just have a nice time in this moment with me. But yeah, I never know how to end these videos. Just do not know how to do it.